How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, do me a huge favor, go down and subscribe before we get started in today's video. I haven't made a video with the Lexus in quite a while. I apologize for that. I know a lot of people on this channel really like to watch videos on this car, and I think there's going to be a couple more videos soon. Not really too many that are planned. Let me know what you want to see with this car. Today we're going to talk about the ownership cost of the Lexus. I did an ownership cost on my Mustang as well as my BMW, but I have not done one on the Lexus. Talked about the cost of owning the car before, as well as I did a 1 year kind of review and my thoughts on the car. So if you want to go check that out, I will leave it up on the right hand side of this video. I'm going to narrow down all the costs that I've spent on the car. The car had 59,000 miles when I bought it. The car has just a little bit over 70,000 miles on it right now. And when I bought it, there was a couple of things that were wrong with it. There still are a couple of things that are wrong with it. I'm going to let you guys know how much the things that are wrong with it are going to cost, because I have a rough idea. Let's start off right off the bat. I bought this car last year in August, and the headlights were not working. They would flicker on and off at night, not safe at all. So the lights would completely turn off. I'd have to turn them back all the way off and turn them back on for the lights to come back. That would happen every 2 minutes or so. So they needed to be replaced. That costed a couple $100. Don't remember the exact cost. I would have to go back and dig in my videos in order to find an exact cost, but let's just say it costed $250 because the bulbs are not cheap. And the whole system itself is not cheap at all. It was a little bit more than just the bulbs. So it did cost a couple of $100 to get that fixed. Another thing was the wheels and tires. The wheels did not need to be replaced, even though they were extremely curb rashed and beat up. That's the reason I replaced them. But the tires were the original tires for this car since 2007, so they desperately needed to be replaced. I'm going to include the wheel cost because the other wheels are insanely curved. Like, they do not look good at all, which is the main reason I bought aftermarket wheels and tires. I've been thinking about kind of changing this car up and modifying it a little bit more. I'm holding off on that because I have a thought of getting a 350. But anyway, back to the costs. The wheel setup was about $1,000. Taking a step in the car, the next thing to go were the windows. The windows didn't roll down all the way and didn't roll up all the way sometimes, didn't roll down. The whole control system just wasn't working. $150 to replace that with the new panel. And guess what? They still don't work properly, so I'm not sure what's wrong with that. Then I had a very unfortunate situation that was not the car's fault, where some squirrels ate the wiring. Cost $300 to get the wiring harness repaired and replaced because the car would no longer accelerate. Then obviously in 10,000 miles you need to get oil changes. The oil changes in this car cost about $60 from the Toyota dealership. Running full synthetic in this car. Full synthetic makes the IS250s run a lot better. Allegedly have a little bit of problem with burning oil, and with synthetic they run a lot smoother, so I just put synthetic. Another thing that was replaced was the engine filter. The filter cost like $15, so that was a very easy replace. And those are all the things that went wrong, all the things that were replaced, and the maintenance costs with the car so far. There's a couple of other things that are going bad, and some of these things I know the cost of because of the Toyota dealership kind of did a nice inspection on it. They want to make some more money, so here's what it costs from the Toyota dealership to get some of the things that I need to repair done. So I need to figure out what's wrong with my wiring. My memory seats don't work. My window switches don't always work. I'm not sure how much that's going to cost. Probably a couple $100 at the bare minimum. Toyota did not diagnose that problem. They did diagnose a coolant flush. The heat in this car is very on and off. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I was told a coolant flush might do the job for me. But from Toyota, it cost $250, so I'm not 100% sure that's something I want to go with just yet. The thing is, the car is over 70,000 miles, so it wouldn't hurt to get the fluids changed out either way. Another thing would be the transmission oil. Another fluid. Toyota doesn't really say that it needs to be replaced at any point. Realistically, you should be replacing your transmission oil every 50,000 miles or so. It just ensures longevity as well as shifting a lot smoother. These transmissions are a little bit clunky, and I've heard it does smoothen out a little bit if you do change the trans oil. I was quoted just around $200 for that as well. And then the last and most expensive repair was the water pump. So the Toyota dealership, I believe the quote was around $700 to $900 to replace the water pump in the car. That's a lot of money. The water pump itself cost about $370. The tech said it wasn't an urgent fix of any kind, but it's something that I'm gonna have to look into in the near future. So that's something we'll see down the line what happens. So it seems like there's quite a bit of things that this car needs. A decent amount of them are dumb technology things, like the memory seat's not working, the window switch is not working. I'm kind of frustrated with all of the technology in this car not working because it's really unfortunate. The other things are just simple maintenance items that just over age. The car is almost 15 years old now. The car is 70,000 miles on it. There's a couple of things you have to do. I'm sure there's going to need to be a brake job on the car semi soon as well. So I probably have about $1,500 worth of work that needs to be done to the car. If I don't go to Toyota though, and I go to a private mechanic, which I have been going to for everything other than my oil changes, I could probably save anywhere between $500 to $700. And if I do all of the work myself, I can probably save myself almost $1,000. So it does need a couple $100 worth of parts. It does need a lot of labor. The water pump doesn't seem too hard, so it might be something I try myself. I think I can do a coolant flush myself, and I think I can change the transmission oil myself. The main thing is I want the heat to start working because winter's coming soon, so it might be something I have to look into extremely soon. But the other things can wait until spring. We're just going to push them out a little bit and probably look into them during that time. I will put how much I spent on the screen so far with this car, and then I'll put the other number of how much I'm going to have to spend on this car to make it 100% sorted, getting the work done from a private mechanic and Toyota combined. So I'll probably save a decent amount of the money when I do work on it myself. And that's the cost of the ownership of the car. I think the other cars I've kind of just got a little bit lucky with. The BMW had a decent amount of services done, so I was lucky with that, or it seems like it has been kept up pretty well. This car seemed like it had been neglected for a little bit before I bought it, and someone a little bit older owned the car, and they kind of just drove it. I guess now I'm just paying for the previous owner not doing anything for the 10,000 miles or so that he drove it. Honestly, I don't think it's too bad. It's gonna cost a little bit, but once all of it is fixed, I think it's going to be a pretty good car. That's all I have for this video though. If you didn't enjoy, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, because I'd greatly appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 85,000 subscribers, and I'll keep you guys updated with the cost of this car, the cost of running the car, and possibly some modifications coming soon. I know I've been saying that, but I've always been pushing this car to the back. I want to get the maintenance done first, and that's the most important thing, and I'm going to try to do it myself, so stay tuned for that. I will see you guys in the next video though, because that is all I have.